Assalamu alaikum men yalan ko walla ba Jif Thanks TV jiwe kam nal badi male Ebrima Jarra kanalan program odi Allah for the first time on Jif Thanks TV program on na tola men wala current reality ko wala me yalan ko walla ba kirim banko nyin kambe kala wala kacala woni platform woni do wala nyin program woni do wonya maka fale ko al sibula Jif Thanks TV no ma subscribe to our YouTube channel anim fanam programme o ñing alkala saya bake akaje ko mojamal bije isin jibe walantuma sibula programme o ñino on Jif Thanks TV al subscribe anim fanam aliya programme o ñing aliya saya bake ka fale ko Ebrima Jarra ambeter la jam fanam on Jif Thanks TV ka programme o di yalla mi yalon ko walla badandim ko walla mi yalon ko walla be keri wanyama fambi na first program mi yalon ko be wala kala jambe nga menna fe nan ja wala honorable Saihouba Jarju Atelem Busumbara constituency la deputy and a member of the National Assembly Standing Committee on Defense and Security. Niyo mo drum wala mamu multi mi alon ko abadane wala ala committee men ko National Assembly wala ka jibero ke tankola karola anin tankola dokula la ko abewo committee nyim fanan ko ne wanya ma fam amam ne ba ka ni lokko ngom bota men kono itara no banko be muru wala dam yalon ko lokko kilinka banko nyin ka fota security installation wala men yalon ko wala tankola do ko dlalde ka fota jeldo pour ka jel jibe ila do ko be laare nyaadi la ane mom bata ko si falle be laare kam o asabo fangaje ka be ko mayala bake pour kana nan janga nyin ko si ko nyin ko anin ko ko dangal ko wala ka jambe be dende banko la jor wala karola ka baraka bake honde be Saihouba Jarju inata na first program to on Jif Thanks TV atata nya buñati waro be la pour que sur programme
baraka bake Ebrima Jarra ñu fana man defana opportunity lati to come today kana Jif Thanks TV the program odi man kontaan da ba la commandero pour ka invite banko do ko wala nyama sa ko ne ala intol mi man ta beng be nyaato ngal place to mol so am kuma kan wala ni ko en kuma da wadu wadu pour ka kuma kan fonni mole mi yan ko be kering dola miro to ani tanyato pour kana ko fu mole o kana ke ande ku kande balda na kontaan odi so kontaan baraka tara jang jibe lal ni la mol la be dawda mbafale ko mbal fe ko janni in wana 30 minutes na diam kula mi yalan ko wala current issues in the country banko bela interest on banko bela na fala ana rasulullah wa inshallah
ala baraka wa kan men yalan ko wala ba Jif Thanks TV jibe kan comme nga fala nyame al badi male Ebrima Jarra kadum ka ta ko rom honorable kamun the National Assembly Standing Committee on Security and Defense al taranum kompa boro la wala kada security la kinya jibe banko nyimbe kan aliya kuma sinin na banko janda na mo kerewan la tundo nyin kan afan kabirin al tada ji ale mena jano
Ebrima baraka nyum nyini ngar daldi andu ngama ila program ya to amena current issues nyum ko lemi anko science and overcaring andu folo mamin daraje nso fono bari ni adna ngulta the National Assembly mo be yalon kon tolla do ko jama ba akaga luwa dalti anin ka bocito bankola fanko son bankola fankola so ndol National Assembly ye committee la soto committee la marsa bankola bunda dolla so dinata tara committee ko mi yalon ko marsa bankola tangola so bojere men tamne ni ya hago habio bakan December karo kono bojere na National Assembly so nara sonke koro nangamo dola pour ko ke da police security bunda do so war nara jibe kon telu min no député bumoti ministre le kana ka kumol fonye inin koro nangamo min kana ka bon la tanyina la nka jibe ko ka son kana investigation do ke na son ngadi ngata but ni ministre na faram molle fanam mi yaw ye be fonto wala mo security mi yibo modu ko luwal min tamin dida pour ko luwal ni sementu yandi ke do kunde so luwa ko ni sonto ko be luwa do kunde o kelele o tonna condition ni tabegala wala nyen tamin be so pour ko do ko ke woni nda so tolale na tara dula na jorawlu na debar ko wala everything da jere so dina la be sango min ke kenu la sole bondila wala mo intena ta dibije dum kon dama dron ministre kam ne ko la sa nyinela pour nga nke ngadi la fo wala mo to nyaade bele fo wala bam wala mo ku so do do bam wala fo bondira anim fo ko min dile fa ka futale bam la to lon nale anim fana fo itolu ko do fani ko nyini mi la priority ji but maybe we want a real priority on the ground so we are ne wilton tata kata kumba borola sere ma kanu but dan came singing west coast dana kalaji man nata for at nyang I impact in our budget because nyang kabir nga minister le ko before nara jogo sedon tan no prisons central prisons aning Joshua nara jogo molla taranyaaje aning prison dogulalo ila taranyama beda adna nyang nyin nay budget mi tambida na committee yakata ka 90 million la fa budget ka extra wo manta madi ngadi minister minna kamolom ko go and renovate central prison mile 2 aning Janjambo only that because me ana ngoke na ukumba boro kono le nara jogo tonya na kulbe kere na milango injerte ka ke par ngajo nga prakas nyinam be nyamitending nga 90 million ka fu minister of interior kan to director of prisons pour que prison dada because yen mambe dia so wala wuli ni ko nyinan ko rega jannin do be sila fulan nyango fo minister le min fonye wala be on the ground saban nyango fo ko do nyin kamin dila fa ka futal numba so wala wuli ni tada nada kata okay ya nyin ngaro ga nyamin nata akuma sa not bank CRR URR and LRR but unfortunately man na error because breakage of information communication so di amonole so kabenta URR CRR nga not bank division nga bege kendi because nga police bundal jibele nga soldier bundal jibele nga fire service jibele bari Ibrahima kula mi yalan ko to be nyaminde man sakunda nyanta nyatina security la bake because nga kula tara je mi yalan ko follow bangudungo mi yewu e fon to ka informo do wolu banko la kanobe so no motole kuma wol bonije so ndawoji be ko wol be sacrifice kam ko to do ko kam fanyo wolum ko ndori yen kan sacrifice la ko tara nyama man ta nyawo nyanto futa ma futo ndol yen kan ko nga sacrifice da banko be sacrifice kan ndol to jibe la ni do ko e kan wala bara luwa man wofo akoy la nyanto nyan dide la nara tara to be honest with you ela faram bara police station or je de battle ye minyi nga wala mu overhaul of the station pour ka loku bare na ko tamandro be na data ko folo ila dula ko problem oti security kila damin je mo problem oti ila official mo problem oti office equipment mo problem oti ko mi be indi amara jamano min sante antende hani ko moy dogo kala mobile ha anyanta internet sotola ende kedi ko so ande mo kendo sotola bari mobile mantra sotola computer mantra sotola ise station doje computer clean fula wala biye ibeke de wala pour que report da c'est ko sometimes ko do keke mol ko pra tra nyami ar tra no nyama hala da police pour ka do ko ke ar tra no nyama ko so do ko jonte bul
kamunda kabiri man sakunda kuto nyinata ye même fo wala police wol marginalized tale wala police wol doya nditale former president ya jemela maralo ni ko mola jiko be dame wala nitel nata akamunda police wol system woni ba falina la je equip ye joramol dina ya mena nun ko law criticism wala jala yero be num menki kam former regime la was it constructive fa mo fenede mi yalan ko jala yero ni alotale wala nduma a jartala pour ye jala yero ni kenata nun ko tel mam falindiro ke nyanta kamenke
Ibrahima ma conclude be do ko menki kam bari iletale ninga tara niwo xamol dunda non ko ngaji ko sojoro yaaji mela mara wato police wol marginalized tale lafta ko police wol semben duwendi ngom be wato min sansan letale ngalo ko they have a plant but in letale ko kamen ngani ko nyuftandila inatele plant sol landile o nyinni be kering nga ko do fanta improvement improvement on the ground ba nyinni be kering ba dina ji Ibrahima be sanyi nani jaw gara sanyi lu njankono adu nga watle walim police lo do ko kuma papa patale wala nga disamba me wale ani no be me wale ani nga OIC ma wali police lo do ko kuma ba wala so sa nin ko la police lo sembentu yana pour do ko kala nyama awato la na process of memin tak is very slow yenta ka fast track so ni la criticism ko la to le kala that's what they want to do la ta ni le ko ro et la plant min la the plant is very slow then
kamunta mobility pour moto mo fenneti mi yalon ko ay police wol batandi baake wala asoro mo fenneti mi yalon ko iko ko wol ni ay detale itala assessment to walanto mi la jibre do you think from 2017 kana fombe nyin tembo men man sakunda be no invest kam police wol kontole anen sojerol mi yalon ko wolle be banko
ay man sakunda be invest kan ne bari nyanta invest nyame ma wala ke wala mina yo sabo mfe ko real assessment need assessment e ko of the situation what do they need yalong min ke Ibrahima min be caring mo be so wala ko cotton paste le be caring na budgeto ni minister in permanent secretary nata last time in tara yo the same program o e ko cut ya paste to be a new one yo government to fanara in 2017 2018 there capacity monster in the National Assembly so we mom pana mo currency fa so kai ko no we shouldn't accept this one jeni be budget approval nyanda story le kala what was happening in the previous years parangana ba sai wala nen to capacity so go need to stop Ibrahim they were investing but they were not investing in the priorities because cotton paste all the money be administrative issues but or operational issues and the police to be honest with you needs operational materials on the ground to do his job effectively pour moli aje bangu dungu laje to ya police ba dogo ke kana pour me operation
so where are you disappointed foi jikla tete la kaje ko nyum mol ma moto so bari ni aji be not bank ni border sut yara nyola bak memo Senegal di anon pour ye border control no yara doko ke effectively and efficiently foi disappointed la kaje ko nyum mol le be jele moto ko mu la problem
no Ibrahim I will not say what categorical to say disappointed because the process is going on but I'm surprised I am surprised to go to the ngata police murumurunge ngata yung conditional traje follow yes you not bank jibe e me police le fon ka but not bank is in kabo nyomila eta badibula am fo jeni be fata sierra la danto there is no fire me police le fon ka but police le fon fi sierra because be station odoje moto klimija moto on kati but moto klim traje at least they can maneuver and do their one of two things so one even for them I am surprised mobility issue kala police local because police la do ko mobility le they have to go I'm surprised in that two nimboda police la karo nada fire service Ibrahim the only fire service station in North Bank is in Bara to be honest with you okay that fire station is not fit for purpose wo mang ngol ke jël as figo head but they are doing nothing ya mira fire service ni ko fire service amanga dimbare is fire and rescue ni accident kila they have to go be there ni mo jonde kolon they have to be there ni mo boy mo they have to be there mo boy de lati man they have to be there Bara fire station they only have fire engine troko mi gab job bone o dorna be bulu there is no other utility car within the station so ning accident kila they have to go ini o moto be ta asatara o moto yi na bitak one they are wasting fuel they are wasting resources among na fasoje so niko kabo bara krabo ba lo opo nyomi ma ja badibu central badibu be wole nyata be ko obviously all those people when there are disasters or rescue they the fire service
akamunta ya fole fuel constraint wala ntuma isan so wala gas wala buke si pour yela do ko ke nyanda kala wari jamal bi ne security chief so lié a point wala ye tombong e kata familiarization to la pour ka security installation wala pour ni kaja ya mere wala o to ka tambi in 2017 na wol men kata fa saidem ila to le kamenke ye efficiency ye ila to ni
me security so ka toke no because ndale is part of our question in ndala ni ngaro kele alla security chiefs commander famada jawari jamale inara janne kabiri inara jay yemine di Allah what is the recommendation animine kata adamo de we get surprised some ikafe yene fonye dol bonga wulle fon to Ibrahima don't be surprised nga wulle mo ga wuli e junior nga ka wuli in the crowd because dolla kami wolam ko everybody is open to tell us what is your concern so no restriction no commander no junior you all tell me dol wulle ka fanya ko albe na kensan wala because we have been hearing this
of security le ko fale
yes kama yo albe na kenson la manji ke soto la because ni kala na mol kanana jene ke mo kenson la fo we don't hear anything about it so but those na be okay ntol ni mol man killing ntol be blado mi alan ko ali ala malon kube kala because ntol be min ke gambe londo la nyika mbella mol batta blado da mi anko woyde kanana lonna wala one we have intent fero ke kan pour que loi do fan because there are lapses in the law
no
yes lapses in serious law that is deterring the security of our people so nyanda loi do da pour que police on so jol semaine bialo fulan nyango be bodo da mi wolom budgeto e que budgeto do foni ko okay ela allowance for example ning modo na inade ko ela allowance for something mbay nade ko okay it's important but there is no fuel with your police officers so instead of increasing your allowances or maintaining your allowance we cut it off and add it there Ibrahim mistake ko follow get dame follow ndefo I can jale ndefo fon jale no to kabri nata yalla waton to nanu waton ngaji ko mbotana maromi kono ay security le semen tuya bake modolti so kabin don man assessment ge we cut everything so I can tell you this since 2017 nada in power there has never been an allocation for a vehicle for security from the National Assembly. And a request. But again, most of the requests are coming out, permanent secretary, na directors, na generals. But more in a request, I cannot remember, the request on operational vehicle.
So, but does that shows that security many along ko wala be security manage tang junior ranka so la affaire pour ko propel o mo fende mi along adasari la do ko kono.
Yes, adasari do ko kono. Because nengo adasari because nyatongo it nyata assessment kala. What is the concern of your men? Because niko do ko ka nyama, your men should be happy. That means their morals should be high up. How can their morals be high up is use dialogue with them. There is budget. You are called to send your budget. Call your junior rankers. What do you think we should have it and we didn't have it? This is what my people say, not your saying. Adila. Ebrima, to be honest with you, government is trying, but the leaders in sectors should also try to do something.
So, but coming wala ko Kenya, coming ka ko na PS la mamoto so direct ko la mamoto because kamem fay wala ni be do ko kala national interest nyanda ka do ko ke wala. So na plate bi kila junior ranka sol mi yalon ko wala kata they crack down on criminals and other things wala affairs ni tame dake water back. Then one should ask for wal mi yalon ko yewo place di wala. So do they have national interest at heart?
That's the question we need to forward to them. My assessment killer. National interest. I know what we expect from them. If we say national interest, first, ila operation, ila team of responsibility, ila interest first come first should be there for them to be able to execute their job. So ni adre imantra wolu okay kang, then ila sense of national interest is lacking. You could say I have a national interest. Give me a car, let me go to work. I have to go to as a permanent secretary, he used to go to work, yes. To work for what? But again, ila dogo ni a facility to go to work. It's also to make sure that the needs for officers in the bush is catered for.
But ni haji be ba jale ko man sakunda member sirin tan italla katambini la tamanjo ngajale kabri na national security advisor shorole wala office shorole wa time o defense minister mansore defense minister fanan na fe nanja wol be mo fende mi yalan ko kabri ye wol be yer mo yamira non ko mo manya ka jikila tay wala ntuma ka jaw itali o ferol membe wala despite that many yalan ko wolle be duma men ka keloke wol be batare. Do you think in the first place is nyanta ka national security advisor office o and in defense minister ko so banko nyika atran ko membe duma wol mantra kan na fasoro pour que la do ko nyanta kala nyam?
Oh no, Ebrima, you policy wise those ones are necessary in every established security. The national security, because what had happened, remember Kirinu believes the former president Adama advised on security. So that's why that prompted that office to come up. So the new president of about security, he must consult that.
But if you have a minister, national security advisor, minister of defense, interior minister, sort of, a common will be a role. Niajibe is like more of like be mu kilindati niajibe ni na karadola because niajibe ni mo sabol nga men be ko be mo security officer le be na do ko security wol be la do ko ya man ke kilinde in a case that ila man fanko soro back wala man sembo soro pour ka invest ila molto nin fer wala kana yekol strategize and yekol hotel down pour ko sabol be soro at the same time atran ko ila do ko nyin anyanda ka impact soro amantra ka to yama need man traje pour ka ako nyin jibe ko ka repe
Ibrahim administratively you need that office, especially defense minister. Defense minister was even our recommendation. The parliament recommendation of defense will come. Again, what happened? Bangola Fanko Nala Ko Baker discuss cabinet. So in those days, there is nobody in cabinet to stand for the issue of security in cabinet. Because the president is the chairman. So now former government attack from below. The minister before, I think I mean the other security. Okay. I'm not advising. So that's why we give a recommendation. No, the president should go out of the security and give it to somebody. That a cabinet. Over issues in the cabinet are discussed, and president will be the chairman. Yes, he's the how do you call it? Chief of defense staff. No, not the chief of defense staff. Commander in chief. He is responsible of everything because all the security starts from him. He needs to be secure and going down. So the recommendation of prior. Okay, national security advisor. It'll TOR with you. Because the minister should be an advisor to the president. So every minister, if there is defense minister, there is interior minister to advise. But again, I'm a process of security sector reform. And the security sector reform, Mojimama understand 2 ways long. Either it favors you or it affects you. So in that effect, let's say for example, I am the IGP, but the reform is affecting me negatively. I will not sincerely advise the president. So obviously, if I another person or third person to seek advice, will better to formulate and agree to things. I agree on now.
Abaniaji be kanyo mo sa bol men be kontite ni cross ro ke ñun bebe no former government ñing konal and wo former government ñing kono nga pole security mo mo le bi yang be num batare ne wala be num detole kono imang de maro sor ko mi ngenda you bring in the same people to come and serve as security advisor wala kanana pour wala kala minister ya mena nungo it is going to have impact.
No, Ibrahim, working for the former government doesn't have anything here. They were all Gambians.
But it's been
yes,
they were working.
Yes.
And kabiri natana imam fen soraje kabirin kuma sakunda falenda jala rola soraje ka ko joku jamal bije men nyanda kala imam ka nyama. Pour yow mo kiri wol na fe nan ko de ko e nanga do ko ke ko de ndel dafa ka falendro men ke ngoke yamira ba kino
as possible Ibrahim ya maybe jibela ndengam mi ngo min kere former regime ndema mo bilema because when we ngaji ko situation on the environment we are in at that time. So mobile Bugela intelligence used not to do the things. So now they are given an opportunity. It's left to them now. We come in for is right. Every Gambian will follow. If you don't jail a man fake. So near Burunji possibility they have not. That's true. So now it's left to them. Yeah, prove our co. No, the situation of Meming Kono, available no among conducive for us to do our job. So we expect to do all go at first. Because Kabila Kadang assessment media pick the Amolka Katalbe Handle Katalbe Kang. Inara afanya ko plan on making. Okay, me making wala mko. Nara plan on making. One, people are not aware of all this plan on making. Because security came aware. Two, the process is very slow and it's getting late. Because it's 4 years now, 5 years, 50 years. We need the security. So you know kumbo kanina. Because from window bije kam jama ba kumbo ngol trajele. To be honest with you, kabine nata ila domoro alhamdulillah officer domani. Amay besi. Gadomoro min kumbo. Gadomoro min kumbo ba wake. Wolong off duties. Of duties, minimal duties. Anu, ila tagos, ila ikadoko kan sabra kamena ika ben sign. Wala ngo sojero abe duties wo amanta duties wo anya do anda balula. Because you need him anytime. So niba duties, or that domoro has a little bit improved. But there are issues piami ngo fana batandi because ikadomoro be dealer monthly supply dealer. Ikala chicken carton dealer le koram ko soroji. So ika campo dojo there's no electricity. But ibele fongo be dealer won nyama. So dol 2-3 days le fongo be katinyala. Because voltage. So ba go a requirement in Inga. Near chicken or dinner for the whole month, then give me enough electricity supply to preserve it. So the Domoro Kumbo, soldier police of duties. Allowance deal like a virtual allowance. Oh, it's off duty, but it's very minimal. I think it's $150. That is in the budget. $150 in Nima, you could add into your salary every month to cater for yourself if you're not on duties. Niba duties, they come to feed you. Your breakfast, your lunch, and dinner. But neighbor duties la, instead of so 1 month or 2 weeks, allowance of dealer is very small. Two, soldier will be man lodging soto. Police will be man camp soto in their stations. So rent allowance in dealer very small, $250. And that one is across all civil service. Civil servant obey rent allowance is only $250. So neither up country, there are far even to Fatoto. You cannot have a room for $150, $250. You cannot have a basin, 3 square meal if you are off duties for $150.
But it's like coming lual me or plan sol me along well be capiring kuno. The old work killing on Hanbi Betama.
Very good.
One will be wondering, Capriman Sakunda, why there is no adjustment or a lafariman of Fana.
Very good. This is the question in me. What we expect, Colombo, Kalual Fale. Follow Karua for them. But I've seen that they are building the security policies and the like. Yes, we in a tragedy. But when you go allowance on info, security the matter.
But Yamera Masakunda is more a concentration of mantra on human rights issue than the Puruka soldier or police or Kela, ya cool Kela Kenya Barakandi than Yamantra human rights issue like Katambi Kela Kenya.
Yeah, for Yama, I can agree on to that, yes, because we felt that former regime, there are so many abuse of human rights. So, Masakunda always strengthen. But if you know the strengthening, to avoid it to go again, the securities need to, because the previous regime, securities were used as a mechanism to abuse human rights. So, need to go human rights empower, then the securities also need to be there. So, need to go science and go, Masakunda disobey the human rights rather on security. I would say yes. I'm trying to talk to Gambians for more understand. The concern on the road is on the post on Facebook, and I'm trying to do other things, and I'm engaging the government also. Call me kidding. Follow. Ninga domor call me for them. Wolu security the matter no wonya ne kala national reform la wala me nyame kala the sarali bele nyanta change of the civil society civil service a bele nyanta falen because sarali man better across bari amam better fana to mana ba iko isonto ko sarali man better but bladol fisara bladol tule ika bladol je they have workshops they are paid they are paid ika alaman so bladol to but in security you leave your house you go man your check your guard post and come back empty so they can rely on sarali the only sarali so what they complain us or appeal to us why not we do a little bit consideration ngani ni nyindol be jibe la kilon nimba security okela we do a consultation assessment ajibe jamal la sali nyante ke just jamaat
ya fela ko mol kono kabiri nalbe diya mola junior rankas ko dulbe ka fendi ne ka fale hanatal murta umanta kala je bayri men ben jang wala men nata nanje kanyum kuma kino nata da fo junior ranka imanji ko soto bake la kebal to mi yalon ko walla be sando yamira wasi mun sab
alamanta ngal wo min sabo wala nan do wulda wo se the morals one wala na question ko ndara gani ngaroke first I asked the officer commanding how is the moral he will tell me it's high but I will also listen to the men what I mean for Kanye. I will also determine. Yes, the morals of my boys are high here. But I also ask them of their concern. Because yes, I'm ready to work. But these are some concern. Obviously, he's just been carried out. Sacrifice sacrifice. So when we kill a problem, there need to be reform and then assessment. What everyone is due in the service to have that.
So the current realities on the ground, wala way make it and the men are motivated or be working them back but the environment me along is not conducive for them.
Yes, it's not that much conducive for them as it is now. They are ready to work, they are still sacrificing, but in yanda min sotala anyama abeman sto. But if I me for content so you ninta police lo nyinga security nyinga. Ninga sojolo mandra sojolo da mande security bel. Interest in coming for the last request okay on their own so welfare. But the main cry coming for them go the operational issues of their job. Operational, that's why the issue of vehicle mobility came in. To be honest with you, I'm not going to hide that one. There is insufficiency of mobility in our security. Fuel is also a problem. It can be Abugasia because most of the police most of the police stations, they give them $5,500 worth of coupon to every police station. So near AORGB, okay. What do be a theater, because police stations, for example, Nico, you want to see Bansam police station. Bansam police station, and AOR, area in cover. Yala nyumbolo kono sasa jamfara nyola. Adu crime wala second dado tula and you are needed. So you can police wala AORGB, you allocate. But Nico Bansam, you are going to allocate Bansam $5,500 worth of fuel. Coupon, here police station of Miango, Saturday 5 Malabo, you 5,500 dollars. Then there is no equity in that. So we have Bansam Barta exhaust lab for a constant for fuel, you don't matter. So then we have allocation of let them do assessment. AOR consider a previous month's assessment on GB. What are the activities police station we are doing? Yeah, when you go, accident in Sierra or New Ara. Me and go, okay, life lost in a serious crime or accident. More further. You are transported to Banjul for post-mortem. Is the police station responsible for traveling their police officers to come? Because they have to escort. Yeah. So that escort, you have to go allocating their fuel. So what do they do is, they fuel the vehicle to come, and then when they're going back, they refuel it from the main office to go back. So that's a constant to them. So then you fuel allocation and assessment ne kala janiba allocation kala
akamunda bunda do bija mi alon ko soveke ka commande afro barometer sovela wol yayi tandi ko economic mi alon ko walla be Gambia keme mo tallulu men be Gambia wol ko essay keme mo tannani ni nani wol ko etuja mo nani biya mo keme mo nani 6% wol mallo lata akonyida fo yamira ila miro fi anila project the president of economic in the Gambia o fana mantra ka sabu man sakunda ba nyala ka walantuma ila katoma wara security la karot.
Ebrima, I don't think I can answer that question because that one is a regional block issue. And then I was expecting from them, a reaction from them. Ima react. So Kajiko is a block issue. Ning assessment katala. Yo independent assessment ke moluko bigger percent of the people ko imala fala. Imala ve outra governable and regional block ya GB. Personally, I will not comment on that area. But the issue of not even economic, but the issue of Senegalese, we'll figure out in our talk. Okay. And there's no law. Wala government law dala wala. Senegal, Gambia, Senegal, teamal. The other side is in Casamas, the other side is in this end. Ngajal frequently, time to time, if you are in this area, from Farafenye, cross Saihouba, if you Senegal, Sojolo Jelele, you need a journal cross, going towards Casamas. Sojolo are follow for country. Anyanta declare la animing kadum. Na be armoring, he should be disarmed. For jana be fundla. So barako membe kiring a job. Bari miye batani olam is a political arrangement aning luati. So it look at Olamo, ni nata at the border, they block them. For like arrangement until they have an order from their high authority in the country, yes, allow them to go. Even get in Dolbul Wolamko, Nakata Lual Londala, I do the best practice Wolamko, when they are to come with their going to go to Casamas, they have to be announced.
Baniaji Sojaro Ladoku follow momenti well to protect the territorial integrity of the Gambia. So Puru Senegal wala Senegal Sojaro Lebona Senegal Puntu Nang Gambia Abuka Diana Sojaro Yami Roman can sabotage to our sovereignty.
No, it's an arrangement. Yeah, the job of the soldiers is to safeguard our integrity, our territorial integrity. But that territorial integrity, Lua like the Laringi. Yeah, you executive. You have extra laws constitution. So what arrangement within these two countries? We feel that we are the same country, so we should work together. We also sign total executive blue. We have to make it as a national law now. Whether we agree, yes, they go in and go.
But in real sense, wala kuol belare nyame. Gambia government wala mansakunda executive or whosoever in Senegal titano agreement on foreign wala kuol mi yalan ko lebe dan Gambia bankola ko ata nu amantambe ni député bu wala bari bankola maral kitabo wo yitande ko Gambia bitamen na yalan ko abela sovereignty ni aba manendila imanyake dabula wot Gambia ko men joko this magnitude wala men joko nyesifa pour que dabula woto ayna sovereignty ni aya manendila I think National Assembly should be put into picture nyande dabula ko nyi ko jani bita Gambia ni dan ni wo men kan banko ma kitabo it's a contravention of the
very good. You are hola nangome for yongoloko. Kulle bekirin nu fongol falling. One, probably agreement meaning National Assembly. Maybe this agreement cannot be part of it. We will make operational issues like it. Because these two countries, you have that bilateral. That's why we are significantly to.
But Section 4 of the Constitution said any law found to be inconsistent with the Constitution is law and is null and void. And any agreement me along for sabotage to our Constitution, what I can all
and you cannot define what is a sabotage to Constitution. I want to do this way. Probably this is sabotage to the operation of security. It's like operation is a sabotage to that.
Honorable, if not well operation only, many along level or the responsibility is to protect the territorial integrity of the Gambia.
Yes.
So me frankly, not sabotage. It means that national and doku assignment and be sabotage.
It means that there is threat in the country. There is threat coming out because we strategize this way. We ask them what are the possible threats. This one is mentioned in one of the threats. Okay. Because in military, don't trust your closest enemy, your closest friend. Okay. So to all time we are defined call. Senegal is wonderful. They are our neighbors. No problem with that. But we shouldn't compromise our security. To say Senegal, can I tell you this? When we came into Parliament in 2017, when the budget came for security, we cut it off. You know what some of us are saying that we don't need the Gambia army. We don't need army in the country, any soldiers in the country, because soldiers are for the safeguarding of our territory. So we are surrounded by Senegal. So there cannot be anybody from any threat from outside pass through Senegal. I mean, Imamuta. Yeah, okay. But kabrin tata in the talk. Imagine our enemy, our threat is Senegal. But in their job, they don't trust their closest enemy. So wait a minute,
their closest friend.
Their closest friend. Sorry, their closest friend. They don't trust their closest friend in their job. So wait a minute, that could be a threat. So ningo kela oto ning Senegal la security la MOU be kala nyama ayende kala on mutual respect la. But which will not jeopardize or contravene the operational issues of all these two.
Apart from ying pro Senegalese le dum Gambia nga jele ko akamunda e kamen ko mani het pashula ka ko momi yalla ngoy kuriya ke Senegal ye borra ni dum da Gambia si bulano normal ni même fane kuriya ke Gambia e Senegal wala Gambia je borra tara Senegal Gambia so mo jamal bije ko ni agreement no is not flexible ay mo clean ma e wala fe bo wala Senegal atinde ni agreement no aliaje what munat na tara
yeah when the issue came I think this issue came in one of the stations near Diamo Brikama Bar. Yeah, Diamo Brikamba police station. Yeah, go talk about that if I could remember very vividly. Yeah, Diamo. And the agreement is there. Operational agreement. But Yajiko is benefiting Senegal more than Gambia.
So National Assembly more for Kalam.
National Assembly more hot pursuit before us, before coming to us, before we came into power. There is this hot pursuit agreement between Senegal and the Gambia.
But remember, under normal circumstances, not when Sakunda bita Cambion, either Ministry of Defense or any other ministry, Jani bita Karai Dabola Cambion, Nitare ya cool in Kacha, Nimuranda Kamuna National Assembly, Atalia approval Silo di Ladina and Alo.
Yes, I think for but among the every agreement they have to come to us. Okay. No. Bilateral agreements, is between two countries. If the country, Senegalese government and Gambia government are going for agreement, they have to come to us because they represent it. But if the Gambia military and Senegalese military are coming to go have a operational bilateral, they don't need us.
Okay. So, but this operational.
This one is operational bilateral. Okay. So this operational bilateral, but Senegal is benefiting Senegal than Gambia. One, probably Gambians are not pursuing. Two, probably Senegals are also abusing. Because Nico 5 kilometers, the hot pursuit is 5 kilometers. Gambia need the Gambia go our border to 5 kilometers. You are now in the middle of Gambia because some borders, any zero team, syllabus team is less than 5 kilometers. So Nico hot pursuit because Senegal have a hot pursuit 5 kilometers. They'll be in Banjul. So what should have been done now? And I think when the issue of these attacks in URA came, the member for that area raised the issue. Minister of there is this hot pursuit policy agreement. No, then the hot pursuing are designed very wrongly. Because Kabiba design among Gambia geographical situation or read. Because Gambia across is less than 24 kilometers. So if you go even border more pursuit 5 kilometers, you will be in the middle of Gambia. So hot pursuing now to go 5 kilometers is within the bush. Yeah, but you can call. Because here you go 5 kilometers, we expect from the border. You can run for 15 kilometers before having a village. So Yenika Gambia Sojo Linkido Molkan to cause alarm, they should inform their security. So Gambia security. So Ngajo was saying they have to go back to redesign it. Let them figure in the geographical situation of the Gambia. Because Gambia Mawara. So 5 kilometers to Kelnoje. What they should have done now, yes, we will allow them to pursue their criminals for them. But they cannot pursue their criminals in the country. If they have a criminal coming to the Gambia, they should alert our security in their country that yes, we have a criminal entering into Gambia. This is the identity, please pursue for us. Niamuta, ya process, ya dealer. We could have been done. Or they come to the border, ya 5 kilometers in Tala. Some of the villages kadum. Or again, Minika Osabo, on the ground, undemarcated border lines.
Border ni muka Atala. Na dewal buka bondi.
Ibu karon dayon. So you can postulate Senegal cutting come in Senegal when they are already in the middle of Gambia. You can start to do Lininga, Sifala, you go Jamu Gamele. Well, you come system abije, you became tragic. Because ni dunda, ni jalan saja dong, Yalango Senegal Jamu Gamel. Ni se Gambian only alert to their security before they come, you can bori kamuru. Because if you don't mistakenly doing the Gambia.
But why? Not running for ya for a observation, while I mean cross and men on the ground. Well, ya jele agreement on a Senegal left you back than Gambia. why in the first place the security wala tanko wala nyaron ko bita kambengo kono kambengo mi yalon ko will be more beneficial to Senegal.
Ibrahim, that's best known to them. But
are you disappointed?
Yes, in that, because New Obekala, especially for bilateral. If I'm going for operational countries across the country, I need to do assessment of my need and indefinite security in that area. They shouldn't just go and sign. They should have come back home. You go 5 kilometers. How big is Casamas? From the border to the first village in Casamas. What is the distance? Or the first security point?
Due diligence
yes. Proper assessment of your needs monkey on the table. But because an issue in Senegal should be an issue in Gambia. An issue in Gambia should be an issue in Senegal. That's how we all see it. But again, how are we going to implement? How are we going to implement or pursue that interest? Should also be dictated. Yeah, agreement the mamanke. Agreement. Yes, Ibrahim, I agree with you to come on this one. But now, how to implement that agreement should come. A policy to be developed. I believe there was no policy to be developed.
Janem being mbawo kumfala. Akamunta kabro sa for 2019 kata second to manina budget we can allocate for defense ya kabwarale wala akasiale mo sa itan. So ni of gibe ye ben allocate aldi mum fere lalande National Assembly standing committee on defense and pour ka jego budget implementation akana dandama administrator da ber min yalon ko wolle be ground on the ground yele do ko efficiently min yalon ko wolle bi e kumbo ko men for at least hanata nunko abema but majority of them are so.
One, that's why we endeavor to go for this tour. Because we want to make sure that we allocate for that. Two, we are advising the government to find a mechanism because Bansakunda Benyama of Fanko Soto, Purka Abedi Sojero Sulamina, coming Ninko Sojero security bill, Purka Abedi security Sulamina. So, mechanism in the creator for them to be productive. For them to be productive, they can have their own account on their own. Because you got some ministries there, they can mobilize money for themselves. Like, for example, as an example, which will not be a topic, Ministry of Environment, there are some taxes that they do collect. What tax or dole keep for their own upkeep and the like. Yeah. So, Kakapiti cast to do some development. Social security also. So now we want the government to formulate a policy whereby security can go into those ones. This security. Well, we have engineers in them, but we are underusing them. We have technicians in them, but we are underusing them. So why don't we empower them? Ninge establish project like OIC Suleiman Kanado. Yani man contract based because there are some contract.
But for the issue of Alan Bengo Kabira Albaki through President Wanyang Aita Kumpaporo security installation, does that arise during your discussion with the security?
No, Oman arise, but I think. Nothing like that came from the securities. They were happy because they feel like, we are government, we are stakeholders in the government, we come to them. But among our recommendations, which we believe will be part of our recommendation to the government, to at least anamanka beti, but they are doing it because my father my father did very well. During my father's time, he was constantly on that.
Okay,
Akane jibele, and because Ibrahim is very funny. When we went to Janjambure, there is taboo. Masakunda dokula bogata prisons.
Okay.
So actually I believe we'll have a prison man develop. So bariko my party dunda prisons kono.
Dunda jail.
My whole dunda jail ko jail. So they have very your express it well. And I think I need to have appreciate. Moi minke okay ko bedo. I really appreciate that one. Adunda jail kara all jube. So this is the first time but central prison in Joshua told Dunda. Well, at the government Dunda, I now far back for 90 million extra. They were even very happy. But I didn't government of information of Kambuka filter to the right person. Kabrakada, Minister of Interior in the Parliament. When we Minister of Interior and Minister of Finance, we approve for 19 million to Ministry of Interior for the prisons, but the prison director was not there. Yeah, the information of the prison director at the time, at the plan that money could be used for other things.
Okay.
Well, it could be used for other things. So, when we told them, when they cry for their conditions, okay, are you people aware that this year we are able to allocate 90 million? They were surprised. So that's one error of our leaders in the offices.
So, but saying, if you allocate 90 million per project, president and director ko mamba kalam, or authorities ko mamba kalam, then koroni akaraminto wala ya implement nyadi.
No, among implement for president, not the president director, the president commander in Janjambur. President director, no man engage for Progaga. Janjambur commander ko ama kalamda. Ko wo approve sala. So say I don't tell saying to go to the president director. Kajininga far from at kalamda. Yes, I can tell. What is his plan to implement that money? Because he should have a plan. Okay. You cannot just ask for that money to give it to him. You should have a plan. That's the condition also give. Because Malafa Kodo in Hani more allowance. Kodo bedroom prison operation. So I have a contractual sign. A plan better for central prison Joshua and Janjambure. This is what they want to do. They cost it. Kodo Joshua to contract with.
So Jamabi generally all recommendation. Janeme bola jeng topic or generally all recommendation. Amanke it is incumbent on the government ko forest wala nyanda ka implement. In case ni nyala atel lañing recommendation will come. What will be your reaction?
Ebrima, this is my concern. My biggest concern.
Are you concerned?
I'm concerned and I've been written in National Assembly. Ebrima, a co-color nyaonya, but National Assembly also has a hand. We have a hand to see, make sure that things are done. Yeah, we are an oversight body. Ebrima, since 2017, one thing is lacking in National Assembly because I'm doing my side. One thing is lacking. You have a committee, the officer speaker, and the clerk, a committee established. If, for example, I raise up, I say this is a national concern, that committee should work on it to make sure that it's implemented. But Ebrima is so sad. There are so many recommendations, nominic K, in the implement. National Assembly.
So, do you think is that or part is it that the government is not serious about alka recommendation wal menke ba wala ntumu alka recommendation itel kajala in hindsight ka man bete wala man nafas
no nin na minister I think we need to call the ministers. What do we normally do? I think we call the minister, we call all of them. I've partly implemented, don't implement. I think you go because Ebrima, if you are the minister of justice, we make this agreement. Well, that's why until I recommend only me. My recommendation is not binding on you. Only my committee recommendation is not binding. All right? But Ninga recommendation, we take it to plenary. Okay. Plenary, we believe that the whole country is there. So Ningo go agree to go. Moto talulu sang sojeroli. Agree to that is not a law now. That should become. We don't have money. Then they will come and tell us where can we get money. We discuss again to show them how to get money. But they cannot just go and keep it. We should charge them for contempt.
But no, exactly.
Well, charge for contempt. Don't let me follow. National Assembly is not following that. The error is on us. Because if I make a recommendation to a minister, I might implement, we should charge them for contempt.
But that contempt has been going on. People have been advising that National Assembly the minister charge for contempt. In fact, you recommend assembly. It is not proper. Charge them for contempt.
Oh, it's beyond me now. It's the office of the whole National Assembly. Ebrima is my concern in the national. A form for a man diatron, walking to a baker. I do Nico Diamla Fanang is I'm not going to something like that. Me, my work issue is I am in this position for 5 years. That's the contract I got from my people. I want to leave a legacy. When I come back, I didn't come back, I will say that I am part of those people who make positive change in this country.
So are you hopeful that the government will implement Allah recommended?
Oh, in this one, they even started implementing it now. Because they are calling some of the issues. I just want to carry we learn because to be honest, last year it has happened. When we went on a tour, there was nothing like this allowance for some sector of securities last year. When we detect that, and some sectors are receiving it, when we raise the alarm, they were paid. Okay. So we believe this one, but this other tour, we are very much serious with it. We want to make sure that they implement it. One, the mobility issue, work on it. The fuel issue probably that will come next budget. Because fuel issue because we are seeing that the government is spending a lot of money. But again, Ebrima, 20 leaders at the security law. Assessment about 70% of all fuel allocation to the security is spent in the Congos. So many Osabu, they are not doing the proper assessment of the need and operational duties of the men there.
But what I'm saying, many Santo, if you people are realizing or detecting all this, many Santo, they have been paid with big salary, or like a padium sort of, like a what be munekik.
what we expect them to do is to make policies, programs to be implemented.
But are they doing that?
I cannot give you a conclusion until I approach them.
Okay. Come on, the draft constitution on yung alako yung is on. Abata kan sa dami along political party leaders all will be the Gambia, Italian Nigeria, puro karako yung kaja. In the first place, puro yung nyarong ko liebo Gambia, wala yebo yang senten kara Nigeria, puro karako yung kaja. Ya jangan.
Brahma, I'm very happy that going topic will start. La fight and dunia bela. This is time I want to make it very clear. Not decision of voting in the draft constitution was dictated by no one, and it will not be dictated by no one. Let me tell you this, Ebrima, I am against the calling of a mediator, more especially a foreign mediator. I am against it.
Good luck, Jonathan.
Never. One, I'll come in from. I am not against it. It doesn't. It doesn't even have an inch on my decision. I'm not falling. Make sure that because this is national issue. Two, I am totally against their going to Nigeria. I am totally against it. Hanadre consensus like the decision was made by the National Assembly. So we cannot be belittled and neglected. Ibrahim, this is not the first time we have been rejecting things. So when we reject this, why should we
so the government responsibility, the Minister of Justice lala purata any responsibility wala nyindu no nyin ayata ala plan wala fero me walang puruka good luck Jonathan na fenen ka wala neutral guy de puruka nyim ko nyimbe kacha ya mena nunko obe gal ila aim nyi yemel landi wala ila goal nyi la fa kam achieve sa achieve not.
And no, I will not be part of that. I will not be part of that.
So do you have any regret voting against the draft? Well,
no, I have no regret for voting against it. I said I'll vote against it again. Vote no to it again when it comes. The way Indela concerned, I have particular concerns, and I believe that those concerns are not my concerns, but they are national concerns. They need to be catered for. Well, in America, yes, if for example, if I want this thing, they can tell me, okay, they can have to come to me. Well, I don't go mediate outside. They have to mediate within the National Assembly.
But Honorable Niaji draft constitution on
no,
is not more than 10. The book is around 216 page, well, 316 page. Why do you have to reject the entire draft because of few sections?
The question, the concern was on the tour. You cannot. Another is one. So if to me it's important, I shouldn't go in for it.
But the draft constitution, it cares a lot. In fact, it has a committee, standing committee on defense and security. Research has shown that Konyaja security sector reform among Keno coming and the rejection of the draft constitution also contributed significantly. Katambini ko luwa will be jemialon ko wolbe national security policy document on yin kon. Ni left ko implement complete contravention of the 1997 constitution. Abekela wolde. So akamon tetela doko in one place. You want the security to be equipped. The doko ke anyama ye fali. So pour ye balang amume bela. Ayo fela e mantoro la ofana nyinga. Fe montere ko ofana
No. Ibrahim, niya security one. The provisions in the 1997 and the provision in the draft constitution for the security. 1997 is even better. Ibrahim, I did my research. To be honest with you, I didn't just jump up to say no to it. I did my research. And then as far as I'm in the education committee and security committee, I did my assessment in the security. How are they feeling about it? All the suggestions security mean for them to be captured in the draft are not there. Are not being captured.
How but this model bije ko nyimu ferol mi alon ko silandi no le sida no committee stage la de yenyim palendirol mi alon ko wolle kaje ko muna dina atal man tara ke woje wala ntuma think that this book ni ko gambeno le tamo muna nal man le kabula ta gambeno
ndefana mo gambeno di ndefana mo gambeno le ti adu again nada gambela place lo soto so place do nyanto lo soto je pour que place yin tamani.
But most of the people are not happy with you. Many alon ko wolle bela tundo nyinka wal malle fe buko nyi fay banda.
It's like that. But I have an oath. I have an oath that I took that I will do my job without fear or favor. So until Dogolan is very risky. It's very risky. Gambia is just playing with us, but it's very risky.
But in the constitution, I believe 112 state that Alnyanda Kala Doko Nyinkele mi alon ko nal bakale should be dictated by national interest. National interest.
What is national interest? If I talk to you, you said no. I talked to somebody that he said yes.
But Jamal ni alon ko wala depanda. Wal bella film men wala ka mem fo wala iye dabula nyi ko nyi kono anu la fa draft nyi ngay ta.
No, what is your proof in Jama ko Jama? What is your proof?
The draft
I don't want to go into the drafting. the drafting process, the consultation process, I was within it. My position is still no to the draft constitution until I have seen that code. The content I have not catered, but an explanation is given to me. I think I'm maybe wrong. The
discourse dialogue.
The dialogue should be the National Assembly. To kick it out. Nobody has ever come to us. Ibrahim, do you know that? Hey, Ibrahim, let me tell you this. There are some agreements, some loan agreements. National Assembly will kick it out. 1, 2, 3 means you'll see people coming to talk to us, to explain to us what we didn't understand. And we bring it back and I'll agree to it. It has been happening. Why not this one?
So coming, Hanatara nunko, it many along because it got 23 of you people and ngala ko dol bial ni wol communicate. Ko it many along ko atele balance draft ni na nyen ku kilomol be motorangal buluko Hanatara nunko kachal bekera ya murule bu ko ñu muruni nal kan ko rek alba fay la ban.
No Ibrahima ntedi mo buga kaja. You know I'm speaking on my own behalf. Billahi wallahi tala I don't talk to anybody about this. My decision I made it independently.
But if we decision or your mentor, any executive load law on the draft, it be more cleaner. Why is that?
What is it? What is the executive?
The retrospective application of the law. Neo give an impeachment. While president, the law threshold for the impeachment of the president.
Ibrahim, will you agree to that? All monkey president, the national interest. Ibrahim.
But in your school, let me executive year war race, and we definitely not. I come under your.
I read. Yes, I read that one because what? Ibrahim. Somebody voted for me. Banco Bele Kate Fire. Didn't you know that I can be a president of this country? So the whole country voted for me. Few number of parliamentarians to come and kick me out. It's going to be very difficult.
If they have a serious ground on if all and Niman Sila Nunquete be Kukala Memanya, why should you be scared of that?
No, why shouldn't they be scared of Abraham? Wallah, quite an be. Mimmaking the atmosphere in the parliament today. There is power and there is number. They will impeach the President Barrow. On no ground. On no ground. Because it's in a political thinking never at all. But I don't want to go into it.
That is possible. Meaning it the drafting itself. In what is bad in the draft?
I cannot remember because the program you should have told me I bring my ticket. Make a ticket of that. I think about 24 tickets. Every point your concern I have. But more for vividly call. I was asking for an explanation. You know what my concern
But the minister was there.
No, my problem was, excuse me. My problem was, do I have the power for amend the draft constitution? That was my first call. I went to the 1997 constitution. There is no provision that gives the National Assembly to touch the draft constitution. It's very difficult. And again, in a 1997 constitution, Ghana Bola, 1997 constitution is dictating us to promulgate this draft constitution. So there is no easy provision in the 1997 constitution that will allow us to bring this one. In 1997, we are safeguarded in a way that it can only be amended, but not repealed. What is it? Ibrahim Natal Nonko, a simple majority law. That it would have gone. But why should it be 75%? Because the 1997 constitution says before a draft to pass any stage, first reading, second reading, third reading, it should have 75% of the whole national assembly, which is very difficult. And then Ibrahim, no, you need the one baby carrying. Ningake, let's I can't do the mabilium. Process of intelligence. Imagine for me and upon deliver me. You know why? The draft constitution is being politicized.
Politicized?
Yes. No. It's a national document. You know what I was expecting? I was expecting civil society organizations, neutral Gambians to come together, form a group, and do the advocacy. Engage the National Assembly members, engage the government, go to the politicians, and engage them, and then the document belongs to theirs. Because the political atmosphere, Nini moment you need one political ideology. You don't respect anything from it. Do you know that there are some politicians in this country not talking talk? Not because of anything, because they are not in politician.
But if you're 112 states that concern and national interest, any moment in talking time or when national issues come that there is not like I'm going for it. Well, I know situation about that. We should get that. We should have a responsible sense of politics in the country.
It doesn't mean
But you
that
people are the one who should propel that. It's rather unfortunate that that'll be for model BJM along ko intel ni world baka diam.
no, there are politicians it buka diam. And they don't accept anything positive from each other.
Hambe wala ni world baka diam. Ni wal mande amanke ko politician fulal la taro nyola wala saba wala nyanda ka gambela destiny ni wala.
But Ibrahim, let me tell you, do you know that all this problem to come to you, all this problem, that doesn't dictate my decision.
Model BJ they criticize the government. Wala President Barwa na la mansakunda ko itel lembula ni mantoro kon. What's your take?
No. After you coalition government and blame mantoro.
Well, the president is in charge. I'm now saying model BJ ko President Barwa la mansakunda wala lembula ni mantoro.
Ibrahim nyim diamon bebe ke nyim mantoro bebe ke bangko ka. It's two people. Hussein Dabo and President Barrow. Personal problem. Excuse me.
Okay.
Personal problem. So we are bigger than those two people. Let's decide what is good for us.
But exactly, you were there to decide for the Gambian people. The draft is far more better than this 1997. You rejected it.
No. The draft is not far more better.
Well, it contains things transition about support term limit. 50 plus 1 democracy about Bambandila.
No, the only thing
so but
the term limit is the term limit among what term do we have? It cannot be changed by the constitution. I forgot that. You see, I'm forgetting my parliamentary terms when I'm in the chamber. You know there are some laws. Simple majority in the parliament can change that one. There are some laws they cannot be changed. They have to go for a referendum. The term limit is
close.
And thank you for bringing me in. The term limit is not entrenched. 1997 constitution, the term limit was not entrenched. That's why they were able to get it.
But if not Ranunko, we have men and
women.
I
said, that's what I said. Let them go and entrench that one.
Honorable, if you have men and women at the assembly, national interest at heart, nobody will fetch the term limit because it is for the Gambian people.
Can you decide that one? Can you decide that we
then men are they for the Gambian people?
The next national assembly is which are coming. We have national interests. But let us not code the code to measure ourselves. Let's measure the whole country. How are they going to be? Let me tell you this. Science I'm attending, the government is finding it very tough with the National Assembly because the government doesn't have any representation in the
But that doesn't mean that the progress is not going. It is going on.
Because the National Assembly has national interest. Because there are some projects near the National Assembly go Songala, all government authority. But because of their national interest, we allow it to go. But in last year, previous years, Yajem was able to control the National Assembly because he has a greater hand there.
But Mojamal Biji Awalan Pastor do
So probably Pastor is sleeping.
No.
Probably.
Agadal me along Kalpal the draft constitution Imanya Kapale honorable.
That our statement is in contravention with the constitution. Because our word title honorable is given to us by the constitution. So not a call for he is against the constitution. So he doesn't read. He doesn't read. What he should have said us, I come out for another title. But the word honorable is not given to us by anybody but by the Gambian people through the constitution.
It is just a privilege. Me alone they give it to you people. Another privilege.
But the privilege is given to us by the constitution. Pastor read. Let the pastor go and read. The pastor, first of all, I follow him his programs very well. I learn from him the way he put his English. I like it. Though I'm not a Christian, but I follow his principles. I like him very well. But I'm not reading.
You don't want to follow that to support the draft.
He doesn't do the study. Let him know the title honorable is constitutionally given to us. So now I call Abuji. He is in contravention with the constitution. And then this is not the first time we are rejecting some issues in the
But this is something me alonko because it will also in the Third Republic.
I want to be very happy to relate to my grandchildren. I am part of the parliament which has ushered Gambia into the Third Republic. But I don't want Gambia to usher into the Third Republic with troubles. So there is no rush. Excuse me.
Trouble you people have Allah.
It will create conflict, though. There are serious conflict in it.
The standing committee, Allah standing order. Me along ko alka tamawal. Aliya itan dile ko nim proposal landita atel nyati limola. Alinyanta kamenke nal man kambeng apwonyi na you refer it to the relevant committee to go and do the necessary amendments.
You should have come to us.
Muna yatina atel in this case you didn't advocate for that. Kafuko we don't agree on term. Let it go to the relevant committee. The recommendation will not so that we can come and discuss about the merits.
Yes.
And the merits
no.
in the draft. Is that a large wala do muna na hakilo man
Yeah, no, to be honest with you, because of what Abike Kanyami, Ibrahim is very unfortunate. To be honest with you,
this is why I said you regretted.
No, I didn't regret. I didn't regret my vote. Because my vote, I was no.
But there was a mean for this draft to pass. Alman Kambeng on terms. You take it to the relevant committee. Your recommendation will invite CRC. Imam Kontani Damen la. Ali water falling. In fact, the clerk was taking notes. But you na you falling through.
No. Listen what I'm saying. Third reading or second reading where we can change. Huh? There is no provision in the 1997 Constitution that will give us the mandate for us to change. There's a problem in this.
Then, do you think the Justice Minister he has done his assignment very well?
Justice Minister doesn't convince me. That dictates my vote. Finish. Because otherwise,
this is somebody. Me alone you were not happy with his performance at the assembly.
No, he doesn't convince me because I asked him the question. You are the custodian of the draft constitution, not the CRC now. It's you who brought it to me. You are the custodian of the draft constitution. You are the custodian of the 1997 constitution. Tell me any provision do I have the power in the 1997 constitution to amend it at any stage? Now, because if no, this stage you cannot do it, but in third reading, yes, you can do it. But it has to be this way. Wallahi,
critics said his performer, he performed abysmally. Amakata, Alakata Balia have sent this draft constitution to come. Did you agree with those people?
No, I don't know. I cannot give any comment.
But he cannot convince you. Then did he perform?
That's
no, honorable. You were at the assembly.
No,
you can simply
I know him.
gauge,
he has performed to the best of his ability. At that level, his ability doesn't meet my taste.
He underperformed.
His ability. Ibrahim, let's stop it there. Don't put words into my mind.
No, I'm asking.
His ability. If you ask me, he would have told you, I have done my best to convince, and then I have answered sincerely. Yes, he was very sincere to me. Honorable, I don't see any provision in the 1997 Constitution which is directing us to promulgate this one, where you have the power to change. Yes, it can change, but who should change? I have finished it. Yes, draft is just a draft. It can change, but who should change? It's not.
But if the minister is putting that,
so that's why who should change?
Minister who should change? You might does that send a signal to you that he has not done his assignment?
Who should change? Probably. Who should change? No, it's not in the 19. Who should change? Well, go.
But what will have
let me
a National Assembly to discuss on that issue? He would have make his finding. I'll have studied care on it. At the assembly.
Ibrahim, he must have done that.
Huh? Then why was it? I
cannot speak for the minister.
No, but I'm not saying you're speaking for the minister. I tell you,
no, I ain't Jabile. I'm not confused. Jamilo, I ain't Jabile.
But Jabiro Carol Nada, who should change it? He should have answered wholeheartedly. Because
in the draft constitution, there is no provision that say, okay, it is the National Assembly or it is the minister. Because at that circle, CRC cannot do anything.
So, I'm a minister.
What would I mean?
In the first place, draft Janiba table at the assembly. Very
well, Ibrahim. This is what I'm one, Kabra Ketano. Kabirin CRC draft news submit to the government. Huh? Before Minister Balela in the National Assembly, it belongs to CRC. What I was expecting, CRC should mobilize a way to engage the National Assembly. We are now ready. It will come to you. You go through it. Okay. First draft, Natalie. This is second draft. That could be a third draft.
But the second, first and second draft, it cost CRC 116 million thereabout. Yeah, man, in third draft, not an.
Ibrahim, let have a third draft. No, let have a third. The first draft when I came, not even the government. It is the politicians who rejected it. It went back and changed and come back again. It doesn't even us. It doesn't even
sign. Hand politician only apply. The majority carry the vote.
Declare. What should have been done? Go. One, this CRC more. Two, the Minister of Justice should have come to the National Assembly. Your budget, even budget comes to us. Minister of Finance can retreat organized. To retreat. To take us through the budget. We ask questions, we have our queries, we decide what to do. From that retreat, we will know that this one we are going to cut it, this one we are going to agree.
Will caucus be a solution in this circumstance?
Very good. It's all possible. When I was given the draft, I rushed to the office of the clerk. What is going to be done? About what? Are we going to have any retreats? For all the National Assembly to be at, you see, my intention was not to kick the draft constitution at that level.
But say near draft ni
But
if you kick out the draft, public outcry sort of mo jamal kumbo da ko menke o manyang honorable. Well, imang kontane ye menke. Do you don't think you should have some remorse?
No.
Menke na ketam pele. If another time come,
never.
Because I have shown you one way which you accepted that for. Now you had somebody who committee state if that process don't come to at that point, but saying affiliate wajale and if you could have done that adum farang item be saying imanya ka remorse it and wala ka
no, I'm not going to show any remorse. If I listen to me,
this was 116 million.
One life of a government is more than better than 160 million. I don't want the people to talk about money. Life of a Gambian was more than 160 million. So let's do our research to do.
But if I know how can pro barrel, wala many draft constitution, balance pro barrel, wala president.
Okay, if I am pro barrow, those that have gone to Nigeria, they are changing. If my consent comes, I'm going to kick it out. So it's very clear to them. Barrow sending people to Nigeria doesn't represent me, because I'm a key stakeholder in the draft. I am the one who kicked it out. So I should be called for a concern. Can you don't go, okay, what you said is true. It's a concern, but it cannot be captured as you want it in the draft concern. It can be this way.
But you represent people. Even more at the assembly. I've quoted a miro fee. Majority wala men siata wala laftete balan draft la bang wala tuma men siata wala men doyata wala men siata wala laftete balan draft.
I didn't do any research.
Is that a mistake?
No.
But you represent people. Let me tell you.
But
majority of the people,
majority of people are not even aware about the draft. I mean, before I go to the National Assembly, I made my random selection of people. Many, if I come here, I'm terms. And before it will come, they have to publish it in the media. Gazette. Gambian doesn't know Gazette. When I did the random selection, many some people call me, they're not in political line with me. They call me to say, we want you to vote for the draft. I said, but it's too late. I've made my decision because I've done my research.
So you already made your decision at home before going to the parliament. Is that correct?
I made my decision to.
Then you must have taken an entering stand. Your other members at the assembly have spoken. They discuss about the advantage of the draft. Well, discuss for you to only take an entering stand at home. Come and close your mind. You didn't never want to open it.
Ibrahima, no. Draft is given to me 2-3 weeks for me to study.
But Kabiriba discussed at the assembly. That was an opportunity from all sections across the board. More being not than the yellow kumov. And majority of those people when they are at the assembly, statistics they were in for the draft.
No, they were in for the draft. How they were? Hani Halifa approached me. You see, all of them have an objection. One or two. But what are they saying? Let us allow it to go after we come and amend it.
Yeah.
I said no. Me and 1997 constitutional amendment or Latina. So I'm not going to accept that because what type of president we're going to have tomorrow, we don't know. So he can amend it to his favor. That's what the IGM did to amend the 1997 to his favor. Ibrahima, I have a stand there. All of them, go to the media, go to YouTube. All of them will say, yes, but this one should be there. Or this one should not be there. But let us go. I will not go. Let us take it back to the order.
Menka for wale mtal manke Robert Stam National Assembly menke rajang kuno wasifa nata mo be jikila o kumol den mo safu no man satina na jang ko rek membe dorla National Assembly ko mo ko
dolle manke national mini bodeje we define them as Robert Stamps. We are not rubber stamps. But maybe they could rubber stamps.
So in the history,
you know how
history
National Assembly
of this Gambia, Gambia la tariko kono. Atala ni National Assembly. Alba fanje kan Gambia tariko.
We are the best so far. We are the best one.
You draw
one is Ebrima, let me tell you.
You maybe approve a budget with a debt body. Me along a debt district. Altada, you take 54 million loans for yourself. Almunyar nangale draft constitutional by Banda. Yes, still you define yourself to be the best national assembly.
We are the best national assembly.
Critics say you are the worst national assembly ever in the history of this country.
Even then it's not fine. Then it's not a problem. I'm very much disappointed politicians to say.
I said critics. This can be individuals, not even politicians.
Then I am very much disappointed with that critics to compare us with the previous one. Because why we all came out in 2016 to go out to make changes, because the National Assembly and the executive were not involved.
But these were among the campaign
promises made by then I am very much disappointed with the critics. Today, it didn't be kidding. You follow the National Assembly members, what they are doing in their constituency, what they are doing. You call us. In those days, this has never happened.
But even
this has never happened. You call a National Assembly member.
It's just few days back. The same National Assembly approved a budget for PhD holders and ministers. Me along with Mojamal Biji among Kontano Kola. Ye wana wala draft ninjibe. Yeta mini wala they approve $150,000 daily meal for the president. I mean, who put in Jamal Biji Mojamal ya de ko wol manke priority. Manta mona.
You know what you.
Yes, still you define yourself to be the best.
Abraham, I'm the best. Define me wrong now. I'm the best.
But nga nyunu mempo this not worry show. Nyunu manke fendi mi along yanda ka mosula.
Nia thing luala tinya. You see, Ibaflogo they are not the best. Esa Fall is doing DRC today. During the process again in Gambia, the violation of your law. Where you violate the law,
acting on the best interest of the Gambian people. Wala fong luwa bati. Wala luwa bati.
What is the best? What is the best? You know, democracy. Democracy empower the minority than the majority. That's why in democracy, most of the leaders are leading on minority tickets.
Well, democracy is messy.
This is what I'm telling you. Almost all democratic presidents, especially Africa, are leading on minority tickets. Funny coalition government. If you take APRC, GDC, and all this, you put it all together, are more than what. That's an example. That's a story. So I'm going to go. Niko luwa jibe mbe agree wala, but national interest is not very difficult for us to define because your interest might not be my interest, but my interest is national issue.
Akamunda watu bandala fere, but abaraka baga janim be bulal ila koro siro anibe menjeka ni draft mu ni National Assembly ko yamira abe pass la abe nyamin tenting it draft be pass nyamin. The only way as a partner, the National Assembly has to rescind our decision. Has to rescind that decision. They don't have the mandate to touch the draft constitution. It should be us. Don't let the decision, okay? They have to come back to us as what Halifa wanted before. Putting a decision rescind. We go to the drawing board. A consultation, okay, among ourselves. We try to bring all of us at the same level. We come back and debate and it go. So nyim fere do membe kere ni ya kuol kum fawre ya muruna assembly data pa. Ndete so ite ni monyol meni balantala be wol je kana ko be sona. Ni mandra di amola ko. I don't consult anybody about. Bari la jiko be jenya. Na jiko. Yes, mo biye mi ango enkumani. One to be honest with you, mo enkumani mi ango a reject. Now he's calling me to compromise. He's now willing. You see, among the uniform decision, yala more than defined, it was a uniform decision from Pamol Boyan Association of expel MPs. No, it was not that. It was a coincidence. It was a coincidence that came in. But me from Abatan Baba ke, the retroactive law in Abatan Baba. Go to my I'm in the archive. I want people to go and see. I said I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. But the 1997 Constitution doesn't give me the power to promulgate a law that is retroactive. Let us not forget about the 1997 Constitution. That is what dictated us to bring that Constitution. So, you know what should happen? You know what should happen? The biggest error what has done, the 1997 Constitution would have been amended first. But this is the work of the Minister of Justice. What in the draft? Did he perform? No, the worst mistake. The mistake, let them take it. The worst mistake that we have done first, before bringing the draft, they should have gone and amended the 1997 Constitution. abaraka bake honorable Saihouba Jarju men yalan ko wolle be jif thanks tv jibe kan ala baraka bake albulatan no mo nyamen fo arjuma nala inshallah nim politician do fana binaja nga kaja ko wala mi yalan ko wolle be kering kamen ko man di current reality ko mi yalan ko wolle be kering banko ni ka pour ka ko sabati mi yalan ko wolle be kering wanyama ala baraka bake albula jif thanks tv noma na YouTube channel o ñu ale subscribe al yalla fi na programme o ñu na anin alkala khaya bake alnal badi male Ebrima Jarra fo ta jumana la ngana nga programme o di yalla